The Stealth Boys from Fallout are a remarkable bit of kit, one of the most advanced pieces of pre-war technology, yet somehow capable of creating crippling addictions and neurological damage in its users. So join us today, friends, as we take a lore tour of the Stealth Boy, its origins, how it works, and the horrifying side effects it brings about. The year is 2075, and the United States is under mounting pressure as the almost decade-long war against China reaches a stalemate. The economy has become strained due to troops being bogged down on three main fronts: Canada, Alaska, and mainland China. They were in desperate need of new technological innovations to give US troops an edge on the battlefield and break the stalemate. While America had previously made great gains in the war due to its advantage in heavy armor and brute force, thanks in large part due to their power-armored troops wreaking havoc on Chinese tanks and infantry early in the war. China were more than capable of countering American gains thanks to their effective use of subterfuge and sabotage deep behind enemy lines, targeting supply depots, military bases, and infiltrating deep within US cities to sow discord and discontent. They were aided greatly in these endeavours by their use of advanced stealth technology, notably their near undetectable stealth submarines and their Chinese stealth armour, a full bodysuit worn by members of the elite Crimson Dragoon Regiment of the Chinese military to turn the wearer invisible for extended periods of time. Despite these suits' impressive capabilities, a number of them were captured by the US alongside their wearers, which provided American researchers the chance to reverse engineer the technology and use it in the war effort. And this job fell to Robert Mayflower, an inventor working for Robco Industries. Mayflower's work eventually resulted in the smaller, less powerful, but easily mass-produced Stealth Boys, a device worn on the hip or wrist depending on the variant that works based off a similar principle to the Chinese stealth suits, generating a radioactive modulating refraction field around the user's body that transmits reflected light from one side of an object to the other. Essentially, it's a force field that bends light around the wearer, and the level of invisibility granted could be adjusted to limit power usage. The issue with these Stealth Boys, however, was that despite being able to create tech that does indeed render the user invisible, Mayflower and the US as a whole lacked any concrete understanding of how the tech actually worked, relying solely on what they could reverse engineer from stolen tech. And as such, the Stealth Boys had a number of drawbacks. For starters, they could not form the field around the surface of a suit similar to the stealth armor, instead creating a larger field around the form of the user that caused a greater power drain on the Stealth Boy's energy cells. This poor optimization of the device meant that, unlike the stealth armor, the Stealth Boy would only function for short periods of time. To remedy this, the US government began production of the Stealth Boy Mark II, an upgraded version of the Stealth Boy that would use less power and thus last longer. Nevertheless, another more disturbing side effect also came with the Stealth Boy. Extended exposure to the modulating field generated by the device altered the neurochemical makeup of the user's brain, resulting in the development of paranoia, delusions, hallucinations, and eventually schizophrenia, as best seen with the Nightkin, the Master's elite troop of supermutants, who were equipped with Stealth Boys for covert missions, but ended up falling foul of the device's side effects, and these side effects only get worse with continued use of the Stealth Boy, which is a near certainty as with extended time being spent invisible comes a gnawing discomfort at being visible and seen by others. This, combined with the delusions, anxiety attacks, and heightened aggression that come with Stealth Boy withdrawal, ends up leading to an addiction to and dependency on the modulating field of the Stealth Boys. But this fairly bonkers stealth tech doesn't just end there. No, after the bombs fell, a number of groups set about enhancing both the stealth suit and the Stealth Boy. Tinker Tom of the Railroad tinkered with the MK1 Stealth Boy, creating a unique and longer lasting version of the device. Enclave scientists in Appalachia utilize salvaged Chinese schematics and their modus artificial intelligence to create the Stealth Boy Mark III, capable of lasting 3 times longer than standard Stealth Boys, while a unique variant known as the Phantom device, that emits a cloud of hallucinogen gas, can also be found in the region. The mad scientists of the Big MT were also contracted by the US government to help decipher the Chinese stealth tech, and their research led to the creation of 2 prototype suits. The first iteration being the Stealth Suit Mark I, or more commonly known as the Assassin Suit, which served as little more than a basic proof of concept until the scientists developed the more elaborate Stealth Suit Mark II, and while both suits lacked any actual stealth technology that allowed invisibility, the Mark II did come with a number of enhancements, including an inbuilt automated personality that tracks battlefield conditions, and the wearer's status, administering medex and stimpaks when required. Would you use a Stealth Boy if you found one, or would you be too concerned about the side effects? Let me know down in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to Lore Tours to get your passport to your favourite fictional worlds. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.